Welcome back. The UAE's financial markets are closed today. Trading will resume on Sunday. So let's take a look at the various currencies, followed by the price of oil and commodities. US stocks tumbled 2% on Friday after data showing zero jobs growth in August brought investors face-to-face with the prospect of another recession. The declines left Wall Street lower for the sixth week out of 7 as declining issues far outweighed winners on a light volume day ahead of the long US Labor Day holiday weekend. Stocks had rebounded recently on expectations the Federal Reserve would introduce new stimulus to boost the sluggish economy, but the Labor Department's latest report underscores that action that the Fed alone cannot address the economy's deep problems. The Dow Jones Industrial Average was down 2.2% at 11,240. The S&P 500 index was down 2.53% at 1,173, and the Nasdaq Composite was down 2.58% at 2,480. Friday marked the S&P's biggest drop in 2 weeks. Despite the day's sharp decline, stocks were only modestly lower for the week after a rally in the first 3 days of trading. For the week, the Dow fell 0.4%, the S&P lost 0.2%, and the Nasdaq was flat. Meanwhile, with the US jobless rate stuck above 9% and confidence collapsing, President Barack Obama faces pressure to come up with ways to jumpstart job creation. Obama departed the White House on Friday to spend the portion of the weekend at Camp David with his family, as the data released showed US employment growth ground to a halt in August. The report that signalled sagging confidence discouraged already skittish business from hiring, putting pressure on the Federal Reserve to provide more stimulus to aid the economy. President Obama will lay out new jobs plan in a speech to the nation on Thursday, and White House advisors said the jobs data underscored a need for action. Non-farm payrolls were unchanged last month, the Labor Department said on Friday, and employers created a combined 58,000 fewer jobs that had been thought in June and July. Economists, however, said the data fell short of providing a recession signal, in part because employment was weighed down by 45,000 striking workers at Verizon Communications. Talks between Greece and international inspectors on whether the debt-laden country has met conditions to free up its next instalment of aid have been put on hold, according to officials. This came after disagreements over why and by how much its deficit cuts program has fallen behind schedule. The pause in talks wasn't planned and is being read as a clear sign of tension between Greece and its lenders, the European Union, the International Monetary Fund and the European Central Bank. The IMF had initially said it wanted to wrap things up by September 5. Meanwhile, Greece's Finance Minister, Evangelos Venizelos, said the talks had not been suspended and would resume on September 14 after technical experts had had a chance to study relevant data. And finally, Italy's Silvio Berlusconi is under increasing pressure on the economic front. He's under pressure to ease market fears about the health of Italy's economy and cut a mountain of public debt. Instead, his government has backflipped on a number of austerity proposals in the face of protests, from abandoning a proposal to tax high-income earners to changing pension rules, leaving markets uncertain. As the government struggles to come up with coherent plans, Italy's economy minister says recent amendments will not impact on total savings. ECB President Jean-Claude Trichet has also stepped up the pressure, telling Berlusconi's government it must deliver on its promised €45.5 billion austerity package announced a month ago. And up next, we have the day's sports news for you, so stay with us.